Hare Krishna. Namaste. Chapter 5, entitled as Karma Sannyasa Yogam. Sloka 27 and 28. Sparśān kṛtvā bahir bāhyāṁś cakṣuś caivāntare bhruvoḥ prāṇāpānau samau kṛtvā nāsābhyantara-cāriṇau yatendriya-mano-buddhir munir mokṣa-parāyaṇaḥ vigatecchā-bhaya-krodho sadā mukta. We have discussed this with some practical suggestions and recommendations for the beginners in chapter 4, Sloka 29. Apane juvati pranam, prane apane tatapare, prāṇāpāna gati rudva, prāṇāyama-parāyaṇaḥ, apare niyatahāraḥ, prāṇān prāneshu juvati. Here we learned about Pūrakam, Rechakam, Kumbhakam. Pūrakam is the inhale process. Rechakam is exhale process. Kumbhakam is retaining the breath, holding process. So kindly refer to 4.29 recording again for full details. Such a person who performs karma yoga, nishkama karma yoga, who is engaged in contemplating Atma, is called munihi, whose only goal is liberation, mokṣa-parāyaṇaḥ. Being free of desire, fear, and anger, is liberated at all times, sadā, at the time of perfection and even at the stage of sadhana. This is an important point here. So even at the stage of sadhana, he is considered to be a liberated person because he can experience the same thing while he is here in this body, even before being liberated fully. Here in the sloka, we see desire, ichcha, krodha, anger is mentioned, which we have seen enough so far, but also fear, bhaya, is also being mentioned. We studied about bhaya, which is fear, in 4th chapter, 10th sloka. vigatecchā-bhaya-krodho manmaya mam upāsritah bahavo jnana tapasa pūtā mad bhavam āgatah. Being freed from attachment, fear and anger, being fully absorbed in me and taking refuge in me, many persons in the past become purified by knowledge of me, and thus they all attain transcendental love for me. And also in 2.56, vigatecchā-bhaya-krodho sthitadhir munir uchyate. One who is free from attachment, fear and anger is called a sage of steady mind. So, bhaya is nothing but an emotion that caused by the possibility of the loss of desired or the attached things, possibility of thinking that one might lose something which is very dear to them. It's just an emotion, or an emotion that one might get into thinking that something which is undesirable may come upon them. It has not happened yet. It may happen, may not happen. But the stage of the mind at that particular point where it thinks that it might lose something which is dear to person, where the person is very attached, or that which could be dangerous, unfavorable, undesirable thing which might come upon this person. That stage of emotion is called bhaya. So kindly refer to 4.10 Sloka and also 2.56 Sloka on this subject again. Srila Prabhupada, in his purport on this Sloka, compares this process of Ashtanga Yoga with Bhakti Yoga. He states that this yoga process helps one become free from all kinds of fear and anger, and thus feel the presence of the super soul in the transcendental situation. In other words, Krishna consciousness is the easiest process of executing yoga principles. This will be thoroughly explained in the next chapter. A Krishna conscious person, however, being always engaged in devotional service, does not risk losing his senses to some other engagement. This is a better way of controlling the senses than by Ashtanga Yoga. So here Prabhupada mentioned, since a devotee, all his senses are fully engaged in devotional service, he will have no time to think about material engagement, material enjoyment. Therefore, Krishna consciousness is much more powerful and easy than any other process. To summarize, number 1, shutting out the form, taste, smell, sound, etc. of the external world. Number 2, sitting in a posture that's suitable for yoga. Number 3, bring the eyes to the focus to the tip of the nose. Number 4, practice pranayama, the breathe in and breathe out. Number 5, control the sense, mind and intelligence internally. And number 6, remaining free from desire, fear and anger. So when one does these 6, as with the other 6 mentioned from 20 to 25th Sloka, is considered as good as liberated soul even in the stage of practice as a practitioner. We should also remember that this is all part of Karma Yoga. This practice is also a limb of Karma Yoga to attain the self-realization. In other words, as Krishna stated, one can attain the vision of self just by practicing Karma Yoga without the interference of Jnana Yoga. And that is what's being established by Krishna again by stating these 2 slokas. And there will be more details, discussions on this Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyana Yoga in chapter 6. sparśān kṛtvā bahir bāhyāṁś cakṣuś caivāntare bhruvoḥ prāṇāpānau samau kṛtvā nāsābhyantara-cāriṇau yatendriya-mano-buddhir munir mokṣa-parāyaṇaḥ vigatecchā-bhaya-krodho sadā mukta eva sah. Namaste. Hare Krishna.